Remember, check the time when 12. Okay? Just touch me one time. Touch me, you see. Welcome to the new Prospective Outlook. You know right over you embrace hungry. You want people to endorse hungry. It do more to you than what the food do. As I talk about the new Prospective Outlook, we embrace hungry. The method is you got to endorse it. You got to find the hidden order in staying hungry. And how long you can go without this food. The longer you go without food, there's no food can be no problem to you. Because you don't run by food, you run by electricity. You run by current. And when you let yourself fully charge to the highest potential, you carry a higher voltage. And the higher voltage is the higher value. And because of your fully charged, you will know to look and see the perception. And when you see the perception and you know to angle and take control of the perception, you take control of your action and your decision. And that's the way. And that's the way. And that's the way. When you know to take control of the perception, take control of the action and your decision. And that is the way. And that is the way you build all the faculties you want to build. Because when you're running by electricity, and you know that you run by electricity, and you know to get yourself fully charged, fully current, the perception will let you know that particles and particles create light. So when you heat, you get small amount of particles, with being those molecules being turned into neurons, electron, and proton. But that's not the only way you get charged. Because you get fully charged. You get fully charged from the oxygen. You get your iron. You get fully current from the oxygen. And when you get your fully oxygen, you don't polarize. And lack of oxygen, which cause people to go through a lot of ailment, what they're going through. Like number one is high blood pressure. Because low in oxygen cause you to have the high blood pressure, which can give you bends. The high blood sugar, which can give you a thing called bends. And that's when you see they say they get stroke. Just like when the people do the deep sea, diving. And when they go too deep, that is when they got this thing they call the bends. They look crippled. Because the low voltage cause limbs to get dead. As I say, I'm not teaching, I'm sharing. So whatever I share, you can go and do your own research, because research is there for you to do. It is a new outlook. The new prospective outlook, the method, it just gives you a breakthrough outlook. And that is why the number one method is to stay hungry. So that you can stay hungry. Embrace hungry. Because when you embrace hungry, they tell you that your food do this and your food do that. But that is not the food is the problem. It's you, the problem from the overnamming. The overheating. No food can give you no ailment. You got all these ailments from. You get all these ailments from
That is somebody invite to join me live.
Do that, no?
I can't answer. You have to answer.
That is where you get all these problems from.
Want me invite them back?
That is where you get all these ailments from. When you have this low voltage, and the low voltage let you don't see, you're not using your perception. And when you're not using your perception, you actually don't even breathe properly because of the low voltage. It's like a lot of people still don't even know how to breathe. You're not breathing properly. You're not getting the deep breathing because you're just breathing on the tip. You're barely surviving. So that leads you to the low voltage. And it helps you to create a lot of ailment. Like for example, when you got low voltage, your compound thinking does not match with the spirit. When you start the compound thinking, and the compound thinking is what they call the stress. It's not overthinking, because you have to be a thinker. But you start the compound, the thinking is not matching with the spirit. So you start to have this unrealistic expectation. You start to have this emotional baggage. And when you compound it, then it ends up being stress. Put on pressure on a lot of different organs. Like the adrenal, which is supposed to control your blood pressure, is overworking. And it go back to another mechanism where the overnamming start. And when the overnamming start now, you can't digest. You don't give yourself no time to let the body working in line to have a digestion. So the body don't rest. You eat a lot, body don't rest. Use up a lot of insulin. The liver can't rest. The pancreas can't rest. No part of the body won't be resting. And you start to have this compound thinking, which you call the stress. And you have no control over it because of low voltage. And lead up to a whole lot of ailment. But when you embrace hungry, it activates you. It activates you because the body gets to rest. You sleep better. You sex better. You speak better. You see life better. And when you start to see things better, you love better. You get to appreciate a lot of things. When you teach your children or you grow your children to endorse hungry, they appreciate you more. When it's time for dinner, they're ready. They don't snack all day and get overweight, obese, can't learn at school, can't remember nothing. Where do you think that comes from? They overniaming. They don't activate. So they don't charge. So as youngsters, they can come down with all kind of ailment. They name them. They have all kind of name for them. Autoimmune. They have all kind of name for them. They don't know that says autoimmune. They can't find a name for it. Autoimmune cover a whole lot of different things they want to get covered. And what cause all these problems? Because people not embracing hunger. People not enjoying the pain to get to enjoy more of the fantasy. It is pain. When you get used to endorse something, it can't bother you. So a person who used to endorse hungry, they not feel no pain no more. They enjoy the meals when it's meal times. They get a good digestion. The sugar keep balance. The blood pressure keep balance. The whole physiology of the body working in harmony. But because of wrong teaching, people don't know that they run by current. They don't run by food. People been craving, running all over to get all these food, when you should relaxing, thinking of building wealth. When you should relaxing, thinking of joining somebody, partner with somebody to being a billionaire. And that is the reason why everywhere you turn, it's food. You're confused. You don't know what to eat. Everywhere is abundant of food to go at. That is a control. Because the more you eat is the more you fool. The more you eat is the more you fool. It's not the food is the problem, it's you. You're not going into starvation. I wouldn't tell you to go into starvation. Because the way they designed the system is for people to keep namming and don't know the right thing. Because that's what they teach you. Don't stay hungry. They teach you don't tell lies. Because they don't want you to protect yourself. And lies are useful exuberance. It is a protector. It protects even your kids. Because your kids have to tell you a lie to protect themselves. And they're protecting you from getting yourself into danger. So the new prophetic outlook can tell you at least two, and as you think about it, the truth comes out of you. The hunger and the lie. Everyone in this world, in this universe is a liar. Because you got to protect yourself. And the lie is a protection. So you have to endorse, you have to embrace these two things. You have to endorse these two things. The hunger has to be endorsed when you live into this universe. The lie have to be endorsed because it's a protector. It protects you. It guides you. But they're not telling us I did not telling you because I already know. That's why I'm sharing with you. That you don't run by food, you run by electricity. And you don't get current from one source. Your main source of current is your oxygen. The main source of current is your oxygen. And if you don't get it, you're gonna get polarized. It's like you hear they talk about this ailment bipolar. These are easy things to get rid of from a kid. Not learning to breathe properly. So they said they're aggressive, they're ignorant because they're not breathing properly and calm down. So they get bipolar. Because lack of oxygen polarize the body. Because the sensory neurons, the interneurons and the motor neurons need to be fully charged. These three neurons need to be fully charged. They're important neurons. They got to be. Life is easier than we think. Much easier. Because some of the money that people put into food today, but they use in buying stock and shares. People don't need so many foods. Some people go to the supermarket, they have food like it, they're running some wholesale, they're selling back food. They're crazy over food. They caught them with food. Allow somebody to caught you with hungry. And these are outside things. The two main things in our life to keep us alive is hungry and lies. And you don't take life from outside. It's already in you. You don't take hunger from outside. It's already in you. The hungry got to keep the voltage moving. And the voltage is a push. And it got to push the electricity. You got to push that current to keep you going. Ancient Greek, you could do your study. The ailment they have today never exists. Methuselah died naturally. Naturally. They never exist. Because of what? These people don't get up. They are hunters. These people don't get up. They don't provide food for tomorrow. Today food is today food. They like to exercise. They provide today food for today. And tomorrow they hunt again and provide tomorrow food for tomorrow. That's why they never need refrigerator. They're not like us. We stockpile food. We're going out of style with food. And we don't allow our kids to appreciate us. They don't. They won't. They love their game more than us. Because we don't give them time to hungry. We don't give them time to cry. Because we think there's something wrong with crying. We don't give them time to exercise the lungs. When kids hungry and cry, keep them charged. You wake them up. You make them be smart. And that's what they say kids can learn when they're hungry. Nothing like that. They learn more when they're hungry. You keep them more smart, you keep them more aware. Because when they feel their hungry pain, it's going to turn into fantasy. We want to have the fantasy before the pain. And that's why we die like this, or we dying today. We're dying from so much ailment like cancer. And all these ailments come down as us. Autoimmune. Because they use the food, the wrong teaching, and that's why this is the new outlook. That's why when a man and death row, they don't let you die hungry. They say they're gonna give you a meal because they know that it's torturing. They want you to die with food. So they make sure they give you the food to let you die from. Why? Somebody gonna die, you wanna let them die with a belly full. Huh? Why? Because they want to show you how awesome it is to have in all these food. And the body, you don't need it. Your body need to feel light. When you charge, you feel light. When they're gonna kill a man on death row, they feed him. But if you check, and I know, if you have one of the fastest man in the world like Usain Bolt, if you have a meal before you have a race, he's gonna tell you no. And I sure will tell you no. He will never have a belly full before he got to run a race. He will never, because I know it's gonna slow him down. He needs to take time to break down and get the particles from it. Because the food you eat, not for you. You're feeding those parasites. And when we overfeed these parasites, they don't do their work. Because they're the center cleaner for our body. They purify the body. They won't tell you this. They're going to tell you to wash out these worms. So the more you wash out these worms, well, you should let them breed to do more work. And when you wash them out, then you hear say you have an autoimmune. Because some place going to have low voltage. And every ailment is low voltage. Every ailment you got. Everyone. Because that's cell damage. So, and how the way the cell can damage is when it don't current. It's only when it don't current. So I am here to share with you that we need, or you need, to endorse, to embrace hungry. It is the main thing. When you embrace hungry and you're fully charged, you know to embrace lies. Because you get to see yourself more. You don't have to look into a mirror to see yourself when you're fully charged. You know to embrace lies. So if you want to go out there and to fake it and tell a lie that you're rich, no problem. Because that's the feeling you get. So if you charge your full potential and you're going to see yourself telling a lies that you're a rich man or you're a rich woman, what do you think that happen soon? Sooner or later. Sooner than later. You will see a goal. You will find a new friend. You'll find a husband. Your husband maybe will find a friend. The wife maybe will find a friend. And what are you going to do? You're going to get rich. Because telling yourself lie don't mean you're fooling yourself. Telling yourself a lie mean that you're on the road for the new breakthrough. So the new perspective outlook method. The number one method is to embrace hunger. There's a lot of benefit. Not me alone. People reap from Embrace Hungry. From Embrace Hungry. I have to still tell people that I don't want to get into the medical people business. But these people keep on throwing away some battles. Because the new prospective outlook product, which are all bioelectric foods, it is not only people who using the product throwing away some other battles. But people let me know. The whole thing changed. The whole thing changed. People start to running from the conscious side, not the unconscious. Because that is only when your voltage is low, your current is low, that you run from the unconscious. You call it the wanting needs. So if you with the new prospective outlook, you can't let yourself run from the unconscious, the wants and needs, the dark side, the demonic side. You got to make yourself run with the waiting side. That's the conscious side. I know life have no one way about it. I know one side. Life carry two sides. And that is why you have the conscious and the unconscious, the demonic side. I'm a man, I'm a mystic man. And I have a lot of time when I have to use the devil to do my work. And I guess many people know that sometimes you got to use Satan. Because what he's here for, what you have him for use him, what you want to do. But Satan cannot use from the conscious side. You got to use it on the dark side, the demonic side. I call the wants and the need side. And that is when you run on low voltage. You run away with this wants and need. And you run to all kind of things you want into this world. And then they keep it away from you to get it more expensive and say it is in demand. Because that's what the demon do. Demand things. And demand you to run and get it. And say it is the best because you're in competition. You compete with somebody else. Sometimes some people compete with themselves. Because they're not conscious. So that's the demonic side of it. The wants and the needs. Because all these things cause too low voltage. And if you get yourself fully charged, the demon can't pull you like that. You gotta be conscious. So when you're on the unconscious side, the dark side, which is the wants and the need side, this is what really happened. It polarizes you. You're running after all kind of things which don't even necessary. Because when you get them, you don't want them no more. And you stockpile them. And you need more. Sometimes something similar. Because you're unconscious. And all these things call for moving yamin. And because of your shame and your pride for embrace hungry. It is not a crime for embrace hungry. It is within you. It's not from outside. It is just like lie. Lie not from outside. You come up with your lies. You tell it and you make sure you tell it on yourself. So that is the low voltage side. When your voltage is low, you're not conscious. But this is just a part of how the universe works. This is how the universe works. Because there's no one side. There can be no one side to nothing. And how it works. You got to deal with all sides. So you keep yourself charged. Whenever you see your voltage go down and you got to go over to the one side, the need side, the demonic side, you got to get yourself fully charged. Because the universe and how it works, it is like magnet. It's either the push or the pull. It's either the push or the pull. And when you got a magnet, no matter how you slice it, if you slice it in two, you got the same push, same pull. And if you slice it again, you get the same thing. And this is how life works. This is how life works. Good morning. And this is how things work. So when you try to stay conscious, doesn't mean today you're conscious and you're fully charged. Your system is using up those current. So you got to replace it. You have to replace it real good. And you got to know that you have the dark side. And when you're on the waiting side, which that side get your culture. And that's the way people who thinking about wealth and thinking about health. That's the easier side. For you to really function from. That's the side for mankind to function from. Because when you're fully charged, as I said, your perception, the perception, you look at things different. That's the reason why people say people go to church. And this is a mix. People go to church and they say they baptize. Because they start to deal with the spirit. And they say they see life different now. Because they're on the conscious side, they're on the waiting side. It is just a similar mechanism when you're fully charged. The perception working. Are you in control of the perception? So you're in control of the action and the decision. So you know to stay conscious. And you know that there's more than one side. Because you have the unconscious side. You know to do the switch. As I said, this is a new prospective outlook. And there's a lot of people reaping the breakthrough outlook. And what I'm saying here, I said I'm not teaching. It worth being trying. What's wrong with trying? What wrong with trying? You can start right now. You can start today. You can start tomorrow. If you don't feel fulfilled, we have the product for you to use. What's up? You can try the product if you're not feeling fulfilled. Because what the product do is help you to embrace the hungry without feeling it. These are bioelectric food. These are, as I'm going to close now, I'm just trying to run just an hour live. And thank who joined. And see you next time. Thank you.